The most important scene in Donnie Darko isn't the ending, it's the movie theater, because it's the moment that makes you wonder if Donnie is choosing his actions or just becoming aware of them.
Hey guys, welcome back to Alternating Current. Here, we're going to be discussing the end of Donnie Darko, the last video of this miniseries. As always, tell us your ideas down below and don't forget to like and subscribe.
Frank, when's this gonna stop?
You should already know that. I want you to watch the movie screen. There's something I want to show you. Have you ever seen a portal? Burn it to the ground.
The movie theater scene is integral to understanding the movie. It's a shifting point. Donnie goes from being a viewer separated from the things in front of him to being an active participator. He questions less and less and starts actually acting. Instead of being a passive watcher, symbolized by him watching a movie, because you're passive when you watch movies just as you're watching the events play out instead of doing them, he starts to take action in ways that matter more deeply and are irreversible. That's why the screen is seen as a portal. He has a choice here to listen to Frank and make a difference in his timeline or do nothing.
Even though he tells his therapist that he thinks he must obey Frank because he owes him his life, he is making the choice to feel indebted and pay off those debts.
Regret.
What else makes you feel regret?
I did it again.
You did it again?
Flooded my school, and I burned down that pervert's house. I only have a few days left before they catch me.
Did Frank tell you to do these
I
things?
have to obey him. He saved my life. To obey him, or I'll be left all alone. And then more people figure out what this is all about. Devil knows master plan.
There are no constraints keeping him from not doing anything. This scene is especially important because it reflects the viewer as well. The viewer, when watching, is much like Donnie, a passive participant. It is almost a meta commentary in that sense. I think it kind of forces you to redefine the movie as a whole while you're actively watching it.
This scene kind of destabilizes you in a sense, because not only is Donnie taking action, he's part of a bigger picture in two senses of the word. One, because every action he takes from here on out directly impacts how he will inevitably go back in time, and two, because he is part of a film production that the viewer is watching. This dual framing makes Donnie feel like he's doing two things at once. He's acting inside the story, but he's also something being watched and interpreted from the outside. In a way, that's not so different from the viewer, who is both experiencing the film and trying to make sense of it as it unfolds.
What the scene ends up doing is shifting how you think about the whole movie while you're still in it. It starts to break the assumption that going from watching to acting automatically means freedom. Instead, it leaves things more uncertain than that. Like even the moments where Donnie seems most in control might still be shaped by the forces he doesn't fully see.
Follow him. Where?
Into the future.
And then what happens?
He said the world is coming to an end.
Do you think the world is coming to an end?
No. Stupid.
So you're left in this odd middle space. You're more aware of how passive watching works, but you're still stuck in it anyway. You can't change Donnie's actions because they're predetermined, but you're more aware that you can't do anything about it, causing sort of a strange discomfort.
I've been seeing stuff, like a lot of really messed up stuff. And there are chapters in that book that describe the stuff I've been seeing. It can't just be a coincidence.
What makes this shift even more complicated is the movie itself suggests that Donnie might not actually be free here. According to the philosophy of time travel, Donnie is what's called the living receiver, someone who is chosen to guide the timeline back into place. So even as he starts acting, there is this lingering question of whether those actions are really his or if they were going to always happen anyways.
Donnie doesn't just act either. He had been taking action beforehand as well, like when he flooded the school, but when he burns down the Cunningham house, it's the first time he takes action while accepting that he does not have full understanding. He stops questioning everything as much and learns to just accept that he has to trust in Frank's or whoever's plan.
Gretchen's death feels less like a random tragedy and more like a necessary cost. It raises the uncomfortable idea that Donnie's actions don't just matter, they might be required, even when they hurt the people he cares about the most. This kind of ties back with that Miss Pomeroy says about the cellar door.
What's cellar door?
This famous linguist once said that of all the phrases in the English language, of all the endless combinations of words in all of history, that cellar door is the most beautiful.
It doesn't have any meaning or significance to Donnie yet. In fact, it's not supposed to. She urges him to forget the conventional meaning of the phrase and to instead just enjoy the simplicity of the melodic tune of the words themselves. Donnie has to do something similar at this point in his life, forget the logic of his actions and instead rely on the instinct and outside forces.
This distinction is important because as soon as Donnie burns down the Cunningham house, whether he knows it or not, he reaches a point of no return. Had he not burned it down, the dungeon wouldn't have been discovered. Miss Farmer would never bail on Sparkle Motion to support the horrible conspiracy against Jim Cunningham.
Rose, I'm sure that you're aware of the horrible allegations against Jim Cunningham. It's obviously some kind of conspiracy to destroy an innocent man. And I have taken it upon myself to spearhead the Jim Cunningham defense campaign. Rose, I have to appear at his arraignment tomorrow morning. And as you know, the girls are scheduled to leave for Los Angeles in the morning. Now, as their coach, I was the obvious choice to chaperone them on their trip,
But now you can't go.
Yes.
And Donnie's mom would not have got to go in her stead, meaning there would be no Halloween party, Frank would not have been on the road to go get more beer for said party, and ultimately, Gretchen wouldn't have died.
By the end of the movie, Donnie hasn't just gone from passive to active. He's gone from questioning everything to accepting that he might never fully understand anything. And maybe that's the real shift. Not gaining control, but accepting the absence of it. And if Donnie can see what's coming and still can't change, then maybe the movie isn't just about fate. It's about what it feels like to recognize it.
And what's really unsettling is that this point of no return doesn't feel dramatic in the moment. It feels almost casual, like just another step, which reinforces the idea that the most important decisions in the film don't feel like decisions at all.
Okay, so we think that, like Donnie Darko once said to his science teacher, that as long as you can travel within God's channel, your life is okay to be predetermined.
Well, if God controls time, then all time's pre-decided.
I'm not following you.
Like, every living thing follows along set path. And if you could see your path or channel, then you could see into the future, right?
Thanks for watching.
If you like this video, make sure to check out our previous 2 videos on Donnie Darko.
Like, subscribe, and tell us your most controversial Donnie Darko take below.
See you guys in the next one.